All right, here we go. Welcome to your daily dose of Sometimes Social.
Hi.
So today we're talking about Derek Chauvin. And
Who
so I was just about
cares?
to.
Oh.
Oh, dang, that one cut deep. So I was just about to say, I'm sure everybody is aware who Derek Chauvin is, but when I told you, you didn't know.
I'm
So,
like, who is that? I don't even know
so
who that is.
Derek Chauvin is the former Minneapolis police officer who killed George Floyd.
That asshole.
Yep. Who cold blooded murder. So he's been charged with. He was initially charged with third degree murder and second degree manslaughter, I think, and that charge has since been upgraded to second degree murder, which I think is good. I think it's better than first degree because it's going to be easier to convict. Although it's not going to be super easy. I think people already expect a conviction, and I think that it's going to be a little bit tough, just because the police's right to fear or whatever it is that they call it. But I wanted to give a little bit of update on how he's doing in jail.
Are they hurting him?
No, so
They got him isolated.
no, he was brought into this facility, and he was being checked in by one of the officers there, and the officer was pulled away from him, and another officer took over, and then he kind of noticed a trend, and so all minority officers are being prevented from guarding him.
Why, they think they're gonna kick his ass or something, or what?
I don't know. So the superintendent.
Or do they think that he's gonna hurt the officer?
That's a good point. But the superintendent from the jail, he said that he wanted to protect the correction officers who may have been traumatized by the incident.
Why didn't they give the officer a choice?
Yeah, I don't know. So when they told the initial sergeant, when they pulled him off of Chauvin when he first came into the prison, they asked that sergeant to explain to the other minority officers why it was that they weren't allowed to handle Derek Chauvin in the prison.
Did he ask for that?
No. He even said that he wasn't going to do that. He said, "How do you want me to go to them and tell them like what's going on? That's your job to do that." He's like, if you're making the call on that, that's your job to do that.
They were just trying to defer the blame.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That is crazy. But all these correction officers are actually, all of them got together, and they're anonymous. Their identities are not known, but they're suing that prison facility, the correction facility, for discrimination.
Good.
Yeah, because all the people of color were assigned to one floor of that prison to get them away from him.
Dang, that's crazy.
And then when news reports came out about it, the jail or the prison or wherever he's at, I guess he's in a jail because hasn't been convicted yet.
Right.
They denied the allegations at first.
And then now they came out and said, yeah, it's true.
Yep, they came out later and said, yeah, it's true, but we were just trying to protect them. And yet another case of white people trying to protect black people when they don't need to be protected. Like these are correction officers. They're fully capable of doing their job. If they're not capable of doing their job, why do you have them there?
Right.
If they are there, trust that they can do their job.
Right.
They just worried because it's their own guilt that they're, the racism that's going on in the world, and the white people feel guilty. They think that black people are going to do the same thing to them.
I wonder if, I know you said that they wanted to protect the minority correction officers or whatever they're called, but I wonder if it was the other way around, or I wonder if they did think that the correction officers were going to do something to him, and they're trying to protect, what's his name again?
Derek Chauvin.
I forgot his name already. They're trying to protect Derek.
Yeah, but this just simply assuming that they're gonna do something to him because they're a certain race.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That's discrimination, or
Yeah.
not discrimination, but that's what do they call it? Profiling.
Yeah.
Like you assume, oh, just because he's black and this guy's white, that they're gonna go in there and harm him or kill him or whatever. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Another thing that I thought was crazy was that so obviously the police union is not they're not gonna appeal the firing of Derek Chauvin,
Okay.
but they haven't decided whether or not they're gonna appeal the firing of the other 3 officers. But one thing that I discovered through all this is that Derek Chauvin's legal fees are covered because he was in the police union.
So they're covering all of his fees.
Yep.
His family doesn't have to pay out of pocket.
Nope. Which I think is
How
crazy.
nice.
I think that is crazy. I mean, I guess in a way.
I mean, it makes sense because if he worked there, he put in the time to have. It's like if you're putting in your time for unemployment, like maybe that was part of it, you know?
Yeah.
If anything like that happened, but even then, like it sucks because, I mean, I'm sure there's enough money to cover for a good lawyer, whereas, you know, the opposing might not, you know.
Yeah. I guess it kind of does make sense because it was something. It was an incident that happened on the job,
Right.
so it would make sense for you to be covered under that. But at some point, there's got to be some clause. Like they have to put some clause in there that says like, if it's an egregious act, like we're not gonna cover this shit.
Right. Maybe that's where abolish the police comes from.
Yeah.
It's, you know, redoing all of that shit and, you know, so things like that don't happen. It's changing that, not necessarily get rid of the police and everyone policing themselves. No, it's, you know, abolishing how we know, you know, the police to be now. Like how, you know, make it different.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. And that it was kind of a poorly phrased
Like a slogan that they
because it's,
abolish the police.
Or defund the police because it's not. It doesn't mean like total abolishment. It's more like
Reform. Like
reform. That would have been a better one. Yeah, reform the police. But the problem is that reform. They've been trying to reform for years and it's not getting anything done. They had to do something a little more drastic, you know.
Right.
But yeah, and his bail is set at 1.2 million. So I don't think he's going to be out on bail, but I think 2 of the 4 officers are actually out on bail.
I think I saw a video where one of them was out and
shopping.
Yeah, shopping, and the girl's like, "I can't believe you're out here shopping like nothing happened," and he was just like not really saying anything.
So I heard an interview today on YouTube with the defense attorney for that particular officer, the one that was shopping around, and man, his attorney is something else. Like he was arguing that it was self-defense and that George Floyd was resisting arrest.
Oh my God.
And then he said later that he even told Derek Chauvin, like, should we roll him over on his back? And you know, he said something about him being 3 days in or something like that, and what is he supposed to do about that? But it was like the guy that was giving the interview, the news reporter that was giving the interview was like, he's like, it is good that you're doing interviews like this so that it shows the world the pieces of work that are actually defending these people too. And the guy's like, if I would have known that this was the way the interview was going to go, I wouldn't even agree to come on here.
That's
But
crazy.
it's because it initially started because they asked him about what he thought about the Derek Chauvin thing. And he's like, I don't have any thoughts on it. I haven't even seen the video. Thinking about like what he did. He's like, I only watched the video to analyze what my client did.
Oh my God.
It's like, well, you still saw
You
the
need
video,
to know,
bro.
yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to wait to see what happens with Derek Chauvin. Again, I think it's going to be hard to convict him, especially with that initial autopsy report not showing asphyxiation, which is kind of crazy.
Do you think that, or have they said anything about like the inmates trying to mess with him or anything like that?
No, I don't think he's in general population. I think he is a little bit isolated. I don't know that for sure, but I would assume because he's a former police officer, he does have to have some level of protection in there.
Do they go to white collar jail like the...
I don't know. I don't know where he's at. So I guess we'll have to wait and find out. I don't think there's been an official statement on his plea yet, so I don't know. I'm assuming he's going to plead innocent, but
Guilty.
yeah, I think the other 3 they're their lawyers have already said that they're going to plead innocent, so claiming self-defense.
How is that self-defense though? Self-defense from what?
I think, yeah, if we decided to dive into that, this is going to be way more than 10 minutes. So, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see how it goes.
Yep, I guess we do.
Yeah. But that's going to wrap it up for us today. We'll see you guys hopefully again tomorrow.
Bye.